Hey guys, and welcome to my patch notes review for the Deathmatch Edition. Starting out, they have the new Chaos Chest loot. This is new Chaos Chest with all new semi-permanent Chaos loot. It's just a fancy way of saying they added more stuff to the Chaos Chest because it's all semi-permanent. That's what that means, is that it rotates out. And we already talked about this last week. It's basically, they just added a bunch of stuff. They added a new mount, a new ally, a new aura, a new wing, and also a new weapon style. And it's just it's a Chaos Chest rotation with everything that is new except for the top loot. The top loot is the Revenant Warhorse, which is not new. It might be new to Chaos Chests, but it's not new to the game. It's not new to Chaos Chest because I got one of mine with the golden Chaos Chest when when the mastery rank upped about a month ago or whatever. But yeah, it's just, again, they just made the entire Chaos Chest rotation basically new except for one drop. So that's why they're trying to hype it up a little bit. It's the same thing. They didn't change Chaos Chest at all. They just added all the rares are going to be different than what you have gotten before. So moving on is featured ally styles for all. We previously hotfixed this, so it's not just for devs anymore, and we needed to make sure you folks got the memo. So they did say they were going to add it last Tuesday. They didn't, and then they said they were going to add it this Tuesday, so today, but they actually hotfixed it in last Friday, I think it was, but they didn't tell anybody. You kind of just had to figure out on your own. But ally styles. Ally styles are now available. You can see I have Prowling Shadow. Let me put that back on. I didn't mean to do that. This is the new ally, by the way, from the Chaos Chest. 15 critical hit. What a joke. Whenever they add stuff, they always add bad stuff, but oh well. So I have Prowling Shadow wherever he is. Where is he? There he is. He's underneath me. So I have Prowling Shadow. All you need to do is right-click on something else, and there you go. Now he's Prowling Shadow. As you can see, 5 movement speed, 2.2% health each time I hit an enemy, but he looks like the Punch Bot, the baby Punch Bot. So that's pretty cool. Personally, my favorite is the actual Prowling Shadow. He's my favorite ally in the game, so I'll just keep him around. But for my other classes, I could put the Prowling Shadow on them too and stuff like that. So you can have an ally that matches your style. That's why I like him on this guy, because it matches him pretty much perfectly. So that's what that's for. It's pretty cool. Equipment now has a gear level stat. This makes it easier to compare equipment and see how it contributes to your total gear level. So this doesn't mean anything like WoW or anything. It's literally nothing has changed, but on your gear you can see how much levels that is going to give you. So S1 is one level, so if you have a S1 drop, it'll say 1 gear level at the bottom. S2 is 2 levels, S3 is 3 levels, S4 is 4 levels, S5 is 5 levels, and Radiant is 6 levels. It's always been that way. It'll also do it on rings too. S3 is, S1, 2, 3, 4 is either 1, 2, 3, or 4 gear level. It's always been that way. You've always been able to see your gear level, but now for the people that are confused and didn't actually understand it before, it's just visually more intuitive for newer players. You can now create custom portals for 3v3 capture the flag and 3v3 or 5v5 team deathmatch. Wow, that's it? Well, that's there's supposed to be a lot more added in there. Let's see, is that really it? Battle arena. They got capture the flag, 5. Yeah, that's all they added. Wow. Alright, so they kind of went back on what they said, and they only added 2 team deathmatch modes and 1 capture the flag mode. They were supposed to add the 2v2s and the 1v1s. They even showed it off in their stream, but oh well, that'll probably come in the future. It was probably too hard for them to put into the game. I'm assuming. But at least they added something. They got 3v3 capture the flag, 3v3, and 5v5 team deathmatch if you want to make clubs or personal arenas for those. Mounts that are leaving the store next week are on sale this week at 50% off credit price. I didn't know that they're removing mounts. Why would they remove mounts? Let's see. Which has the sell icon? Oh, the booster seat is actually... They're actually removing all of the original mounts and stuff. Wow. I don't know why they would do that. They didn't give any reasoning behind it. They just say mounts that are leaving the store next week are on sale this week. So I'm assuming they're going to go on sale this week, so we might as well buy them this week from the marketplace. Let's see how much Fun Police has dropped down to. If it's dropped down at all. Today is Tuesday. Fun Police. And the servers just came up too. Yeah, it's still 200k. But if it's leaving, it's just going to rise in price. It'll probably go back to the cash chest or something. I don't know. They didn't give any reasoning or anything from this. So booster seat, that's like a 200k mount. Fun Police is like another 200k mount. But these ones are like... These guys are like 5k, so these guys are okay. Just the Fun Police and the booster seat, you need to make sure you get before they leave, because if they're 200k now, just imagine when they're gone. But yeah, these are all the mouse that are leaving, I guess. And again, no reasoning, no confirmation as to why. They just are. So let's move on to game updates. UI windows are now dynamic. This means the active window will show up on top of other windows. For example, active chat will finally appear over the character menu. This is amazing. So you can do this. You can press enter and it goes above your chat box. When you have your item thing open, these will actually appear above it once they come back. Let's see who's logging out. So Dunmire, if he logs back in, you would see that it'd be above the inventory space. And that's cool. I've been talking about this for so long. Every single stream that I do, I'm always saying how bad their UI is, and they finally fixed the actual problem that I had with it, where you can't see, chat unless you close, your window, or you can't sit in your personal chest and talk to people. Now you can. You don't have to close out, type out, enter back in, close out, type out, enter back in, and stuff like that. So that is amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The next thing they have added is bow, so type /bow or bow, and then you bow. There you go. When logging out in an adventure world, you can be placed back into the same adventure world as long as it's still running. That is also very cool. That means if you log out of an adventure world, but there's still even just one person running around, and you log back in an hour later, you'll still be there. Battles with Shadow Titans will now display a fixed health meter in place of the compass, so you can always see how much health is remaining. Melee classes of the world rejoice. So this is actually very cool. It only shows the boss's health, and again, like they said in the patch notes, it'll be right here. You'll see their health pool. It's not going to tell you how much health they have, so we won't ever have confirmation as to how much exact HP they have. We already have some forum posts out there that kind of confirm it, but it's just going to be a bar. It'll be a red bar, and it'll deplete over time. That way, if you're melee, you don't have to back up and try to look in the sky at above the character, or you don't have to run away 20 blocks to see the Spike Walker's HP or anything like that. So that's actually pretty cool. Club logs will now record people placing special blocks. That's pretty cool. When killed by a minion in PvP, the death message now shows the owner of the murderous minion. That's very cool because it's always weird when it says minion. And there's even a bug with it where if you killed him on a Lunar Lancer that has no minions, it'll still say minion if you use your ultimate. So that's pretty cool. It kind of gives the person that killed them a little bit more rewarded feeling. To receive loot from an adventure world, a character has to meet the requirements of that world. So this is to fix basically level 1s going into U6 and just being carried. It's still good for experience, but there's no point in going into U6 anymore. You just go into U5 because U6 has the same exact experience as U5, except it was better gear. But now if you're lower level and you're power leveling, there's no point in going to U6 because you can't get the gear anyways unless you're level 36. So you have to go to U5. That'd be the best place to be power leveled. Again, still, if you're leveling up, you need to get power leveled or go to the highest Uber level you can in the first place. So it doesn't matter if you can't get gear. But I guess it's to shy some people away from power leveling. I don't know why they want to shy people away from power leveling. The game is pretty simple as is, so I don't know why they're trying to do that. But also, to receive loot from a Shadow Tower, a character has to meet requirements of that world. So for normal, it's level 12 for Spike Walker, 15 for Weeping Prophet, and 20 for both Pinata and Dart of the Moon. And for hard mode, you need to be level 20 for Spike Walker, 26 for both Weeping Prophet and... look at the Prowling Shadow up there. Freaking out. I just noticed that at the corner of my eye. You have to be level 26 for Spike Walker. Weeping Prophet and Pinata, and then 36 for hard mode Dart of the Moon. This, however, I don't think counts for souls. You can still get your souls, so you can still be carried. Like I said, it's the same thing for XP. You can still be carried, and the best thing to do is to get carried. You just won't get gear drops from it, which from Shadow Towers, the gear wasn't the case anyways. You didn't care about the gear that drops there, because the gear that drops in Shadow Towers is actually very crap. It's just, S1s, S2s, S3s. So, again, it doesn't really change anything, so I don't understand the reasoning why they're trying to make people shy away from it. Every Friday, people are still going to need me to carry them every Friday through Shadow Towers. They didn't fix that because they still get the souls, they just don't get the gear drops. Because it says to receive loot. Loot means gear. But yeah, if they're trying to kill my stream, you're gonna need to do better than that, guys. Because that's the entire purpose of my stream, is to help people get their souls every week. So I don't know, man. But moving on, block destruction visual effects now appear when a block is destroyed by a remote player. So you know, when you destroy a block, it kind of like it makes the block appear for that person. I think it appears for everybody now, and you can see it go into their inventory. I think that's what that means, because there's no other visual effect that happens when you destroy a block. Bug fixes. Fix bug where block damaged by the local player appear to recover and be damaged again in quick succession. Fix bug where block loot sometimes didn't appear after destroying a block. Again, that's what I just kind of said. Once you destroy a block, the block is supposed to appear. I guess there was a bug where it wasn't even appearing for yourself. Fixed remaining users who logged out in a club world but were sent to the hub when they've been logged out for a while. They finally put it under bug fixes. Good job, Fasty. It's not an addition. It's actually a bug fix. Or it's not an update. It's a bug fix. But they're still trying to resolve that issue. Fix an issue where using /epic pose while not actively mounted would cause the player's weapon to disappear. Fix intra-club linked portals teleporting to invalid locations. Some mysterious rectangles and various visual effects were missing in last week's fix, aka 2 weeks ago's fix, and then last week's hot fix to fix the 2 weeks ago's fix. Now they're fixing it again because, again, they didn't fix it. This happens every week. It's like a reoccurring thing if you've been watching my patch notes for a while, every week. Okay. Flags and power-ups should be picked up more quickly in PvP. Thank you very much, because when I do my news videos, I always, do the PvP, and it is so annoying to return a flag or pick up a flag because you have to walk off of it, walk like 2 blocks away, and then walk back onto it. So this is going to help that, which is good. Fix crash caused by repeatedly clicking tabs in the collections window. All right. That is going to be it for this one. Remember, the loot fix doesn't really affect anything in this game. Unless you were, like, getting carried through U6 and you can only do U5. It doesn't fix the power leveling, but it fixes, like, getting carried for loot. But, again, doesn't apply to souls. I'm 90% sure. If it does apply to souls, I'm going to have something to say about Tryon. But, yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a like. But besides that, I will see you guys next time.